All right, friends, good morning. I just woke up and today I'm going to walk you through my minimalist makeup routine. I'm going to show you what I do on a semi-daily basis for my makeup and prep work routine. Now, starting off, I am 35 years old. I have some aging spots along the side. I have some hyper redness that I've had since I was born. I have some under eye issues that I don't really like, that I like to cover up just from being tired and having a child. All the things that we know motherhood can bring has just given me these dark circles under my eyes. And I also have something called vitiligo, which just means that I have some pigmentation that's gone away. I've had it pretty much gone since I was a younger child. It used to bother me more than it does now. And I have very fair skin, so you might not even really be able to see it, but it's right here. It goes down my neck. Anyway, so those are the issues I'm dealing with. I also have, deeper pores from aging and not washing my face the way I should have when I was growing up. All right, friends, so the first thing that I put on is a tinted sunscreen, and everything that I'm going to show you, I'm going to link below, but I just put on a little bit of this tinted sunscreen. Now, I put it in this jar just because the container was much bigger and it didn't fit in my tiny drawer. So if you've watched my other videos, I live in a house that's from the 1960s, and so everything back then wasn't jumbo size like it is now, and so drawers were just shallower, and so it didn't fit very well. So I like to wear sunscreen, obviously protect my skin, but skin cancer also runs in my family, and so it's definitely something that I try to make sure that I'm always having some kind of SPF on at all times. This one has a little sheen glow to it, so I kind of like that. It's nice. Yeah, so I just rub that all over my skin, and okay, so then I have a nice base. I've obviously already washed my face, so yeah, I'm starting with nothing on. And so the next thing that I use is this roller. It has a metal tip, and you just push down and the liquid comes out. It has some caffeine in it, so I feel like it helps my under eyes. But either way, because it's metal, it's already cold. I have an ice roller that I use actually for when I have headaches, but it is in the refrigerator and I'm always too lazy to go downstairs if I'm starting my makeup routine. And so this is nice because it feels very similar. It's still cold, it feels good. And I put it kind of all over my face. A lot of times I have a drier area at my forehead, so this just feels good on it. I feel like it's extra moisturizing, and then I just rub it under my eyes for a little while. Might put a little on top. But I have very, very sensitive eyes, and you'll see that through the makeup that I choose. And so just picking the products that do not affect my very, very delicate skin. Now, I've had very sensitive skin my entire life, so I've always been the person to break out in hives if I change anything in my routine. So you'll kind of see I've finally, over years and years, found products that don't actually make my eyes blow up and get all red. Okay, so the next thing that I'm using is number 7 Lift and Illuminate. This is, let's see, Cool Vanilla, which I'm using now. I'm not a makeup artist at all, so if you are, then that's great. You can put your tips below, but I am not. I am just showing you the minimalist routine that I do a lot of mornings just to kind of make me feel good. I like getting ready in the morning. I feel like it makes me more productive when I get ready in the morning. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced that. I have a lot of symptoms that would identify as ADHD. My husband and I are actually going through the process of getting tested. We'd never got tested before, but I do feel like one thing that does help me get focused, get on track, get started with my day is just to get ready. To actually, it doesn't matter if I'm not going anywhere. It doesn't matter if, I'm just working on YouTube or whatever, but to actually get up and get ready for the day is super helpful for my mental being, just to get ready makes me feel like I'm being more productive. So, it's the same thing as making your bed. I have said this before, and I know tons of people say it, but actually getting up and making your bed in the morning, it just jumpstarts your day. All right, so I have a base, and now this foundation is definitely not full coverage. I don't really like full coverage anyway. I don't mind if some of my blemishes show, it's fine. I just don't want it to feel heavy and cakey, and this foundation I don't feel like does. Now, this is probably something that's very buildable. I just never end up building on it. I just leave it as one coat around my face. That is that. A little foundation on. And then the next thing that I do is I grab this container right here. This is some concealer for my eyes, and I actually put it on my eyelids as well. This is the best concealer I've ever used, and it is a little more expensive than I feel like I'd ever paid before. I always bought the cheapest under eye concealer and it would kind of cake or wash away really quickly, but this is It Cosmetics, I believe, and don't worry, I'm gonna link everything below, but it is amazing. When you put it on, you have to be very careful. Don't use too much, just use a tiny little bit on your finger, and I put it in this container as well just because it's smaller and so it fits, but I just put a little dab on my finger, and really, like literally nothing. And I will dab it under my eye and move it around. But you really don't want too much because it sticks. It stays. Like it will stay all day. No problem. So I just kind of build on it. I don't want it to cake into my eye. So I just do a little bit at a time. I'll put a little on the other side. If my eyelids are darker, which they definitely get sometimes, I will put it on my eyelids also. And the great thing is it doesn't affect them. I have finally found a product that doesn't make my eyelids get all, it's called dermatitis I used to get in my eyelids. When anything would go on there, I'd have this, skin reaction, and I have to go get stuff to get on it and not wear makeup for a while, and it was just very irritating. So this stuff does not affect my eyelids at all. I'm not saying it won't affect yours, but for me, I've really been very happy with this product. All right, so it just lightens up the area a little bit. That's all I'm looking for. When I'm not talking on the camera, this does not take me long at all. This is a very quick process. But yeah, so there we go. Got my eyes done. Okay, I think something that I wanted to talk about during this video is a lot of times you'll see in videos now that their houses, their bathrooms are absolutely perfect. And I think sometimes it's kind of refreshing to see somebody's bathroom who it's not perfect, who lives maybe in an older home or a home where the bathroom isn't, I don't know, $20,000 redone. And it's kind of refreshing. So our bathroom, we've done little touches here and there because my husband is handy. Right now I'm using Well People bronzer. This is the color Golden Hour, which I think is too dark for me. I got it over the summer, but I'm just trying to use it up because that's my philosophy. It's kind of nice to see other people's bathrooms that it's like, oh, okay, you just live in a normal house. I think seeing other people's bathrooms that are perfect is gorgeous and inspiring, but sometimes it's just nice to see people that are just the average, they don't have money. Like, we don't have money to redo our whole bathroom right now. And even if we did, we like to travel more. So that's just not in our cards right now. But yeah, so you'll see behind us, or if you ever watch any of my bathroom videos, it's very normal bathroom and there's nothing special to it. But sometimes it's just kind of refreshing to see other people. Like, I like watching other people's YouTube videos all the time as well. I think it can be a little toxic sometimes when you see other people's houses and they're always so perfect, and then you think you have to live up to that standard, or why can't I live up to that standard? When really that's just not the case. Either they have tons and tons of money and so that they can do that, which is great for them. I'm happy for them. But for the rest of us who aren't like floating on a money tree, it's nice to see that people just live an average life, and that living an average life is actually very pleasant and can be very rewarding. So now I'm just filling in my eyebrows. This is not something that I do all the time. I'm gonna be honest. This is a really cheap e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow. That's all I'm using. And I definitely don't do this all the time. Luckily, when I was growing up in the early 2000s, most young girls pluck their eyebrows to the point where they didn't have any left. But I didn't do that. So I lucked out. I still have some eyebrows left. But yeah, just to show you, this is what I'll use when I do want to fill in my eyebrows. And then the last thing that I will be doing is my mascara. All right, friends, so the mascara is probably my favorite product of the things that I use. And this is Lancome Monsieur Big. And this is actually just a travel size because it fits better in my drawers. And this is $16. but which I know for some of us, which me included, that would have been a lot of money, but I just constantly would have breakouts in my eyes, and this does not affect my eyes at all. And so I like wearing mascara, especially now that I've gotten older. I feel like my eyelashes have gotten a lot thinner, a lot shorter, and so I enjoy putting on a little mascara, but I was ready to give it up. I was done. I was so over having all these infections with my eyes, but this stuff is amazing. I have not had any reaction ever. I even slept in it one night and did not have any kind of breakout. It was awesome. Now, what I will say about this concealer is that it does, if you have like older eyebrows like I do, and sometimes it will cake, but it only cake in the beginning. So if you are doing your eyes, just make sure that you're just swooping through with your pinky as you go, but it really does stay very, very well. That's the only problem that I have with it. But it doesn't do that all day, so that's good at least. Okay, so I am seeing a transformation. I don't know about you guys, but I am seeing it. And my eyelashes just get so much longer with this stuff. I love this stuff. All right, friends. So I hope that was helpful. Just seeing, I am an aging woman and I'm fabulous, but I'm aging, and these are the products that I use that over 35 years have worked really well. I do not put anything on my lips. I never wear any eyeshadow. And so those are just things that I just have kind of given up in my life, and that's totally fine. Sometimes I'll get back into them, and that's fine too. I think the fun thing about having a very minimalist routine is that it can be as simple or as complicated as you really want. But this is how I get ready in the morning. This is what my face will look like when I walk outside the door. And so if you have any tips, please put them below. I know all of us women love to hear makeup tips from other people, especially minimalist tips. If there is something that you use that you really enjoy that helps your aging face, I know we would all love to hear it. So put it down below. And if you like learning about minimalism, decluttering, then remember to subscribe to this tiny little channel, and I will see you guys next week.